Hi, my name is Leanne Fechter, and I'm going to talk about the Rainy Creek Watershed and Wildlife Management Plan. Protection of Rainy Creek in conjunction with the new subdivision will help with the protection of a spawning area for the cutthroat trout, rebuilding the riparian zone around the creek, and protection of the water clarity after the building of the subdivision. My vision statement is to ensure the protection of Rainy Creek and the animals that use it while providing homes and retail for the community of Swan Valley. The alternatives. First would be the sewer systems. Swan Valley is a rural city, so they use septic tanks as their means for sewage treatment. The developer in the city will need to ensure that the subdivision septic tanks are inspected on a regular basis. And the four types that could be used in this area are conventional, chamber, aerobic, cluster/community. The chamber is a great thing to use when the home isn't used on a regular basis. It also is a small carbon footprint. It's an easy delivery. The aerobic is great for a smaller area, high water table, and when you're close to a surface of body of water. But the only drawback is it requires a lifetime of maintenance. And the cluster and community is very common used in a subdivision in a rural setting, but it would be used the conventional, but 4 or 5 houses would use the same septic tank. For the riparian zone, which would be 75 feet up from the creek, we'll need to be able to protect the soil erosion into the creek, because when it does that, it will clog it for the cutthroat trout and will draw down on the amount of water that's in the creek. We'll also need the root systems to help filter the runoff and the rainwater from agriculture and urban lawns. And they will also, the native plants will also help with providing cover and food for the small animals that live in the area. And with the cutthroat trout, the invasive species, the rainbow and the brown, do spawn earlier than the cutthroat. So Trout Unlimited in Idaho has been putting special culverts in different rivers that help the cutthroat get into the creeks and streams so they can spawn, but not the invasive species. So in placing one of those special culverts in Rainy Creek would be beneficial. And also planting of the trees such as the cottonwood and chokecherry will also provide roots and shade to the Rainy Creek for the juveniles to have a place to hide. It'll keep the creek at a perfect temperature for spawning and the juveniles. And then grasses, such as the tufted grass and forbs, such as mountain golden pea and prairie sage, will provide insects for food for the cutthroat juveniles. The success criteria for this will be the cutthroat juvenile population increases in 3 to 5 years, the sustainable park that encourages tourism and an investment by the community, reduction of bacteria in Rainy Creek over the course of 5 years, no extra pollution is found in Rainy Creek after the subdivision is built. And having minimal invasive buildings such as a small bridge or a trail near the creek will help with the tourism, and it will help protect the creek from erosion and from constant foot traffic in the area. And these are my references.